If you've been invited to join a Microsoft Teams meeting and the day and the time has arrived in which to join the meeting, the best way to do that is to open the calendar invitation that was sent to you and go to the link that says Join Microsoft Teams Meeting and click on that link. This will cause your web browser to pop up with a number of options in which to consider. At the very top, you'll notice a pop-up window that says Open Microsoft Teams with a question mark. Now, if you were to go to the Open Microsoft Teams button right here and click on it, and this is the very first time you've ever joined a Teams meeting, then the Microsoft application for Teams would attempt to download on your PC, and upon success would launch and you could join the meeting from there. Now, if you're uncomfortable downloading applications from the web, or you're not sure if you have the correct permissions to download applications to your PC, then I suggest you not attempt to click on this button here. In fact, for this example, we're going to click Cancel, and we're going to actually join the meeting through this actual web browser. And we do that by going down here and clicking on the button that says Join on the web instead. Now, upon clicking that button, we're sent to a screen that allows us an opportunity to prepare ourselves before we enter the meeting. A number of things that we need to consider are whether or not we want our camera on. You'll see a little camera icon down here with a button next to it. You can click on that button and either toggle the camera on or off. And you know that it's on or off by looking at the icon. If there's a line through the icon, in this case, there's a line through the camera indicating that the camera has been turned off. The same thing applies for the microphone. So if you click on it and turn it off, a line will be drawn through the icon to indicate that it's off. Now, whatever you select in the way of on or off for these two pieces of equipment can be changed at any time during the meeting, and we'll see that in just a moment as we look at the functionality within the meeting. So I just wanted to share that so that you know that once you select this, you're not locked into that selection for the entire time of the meeting. One thing to note, however, is that it is very important that you turn your microphone off prior to joining the meeting so that any background noise that's around you that your microphone might pick up will not be broadcast into the meeting. And this is especially important if you're joining a few minutes late, because you certainly don't want to draw attention to yourself or interrupt the activity that's taking place in the meeting. Now, when it comes to joining, if you were to click Join Now at this point, you'll see a pop-up text that requires that you enter in your name. And this is especially important because once you've entered the name and you click Join Now, you will actually not immediately join the meeting. You will be sent to a waiting room, and notification will be sent to the moderator that you're there waiting to join the meeting. At that point, the moderator will look at the name and verify that it is a name that is expected to join the meeting. Once that's been verified, then you will be granted permission to join the meeting. Once the moderator has received notification that you're in the waiting room and they validated your name, they will allow you access into the meeting. Once you've been allowed into the meeting, you will see a screen that looks very similar to this one. Here, as I mentioned before, you have the opportunity to toggle your camera on or off, and that can be done from right here by simply clicking there. Again, remember the line through the icon indicates that that particular piece of equipment is turned off. In the case of your microphone, should you want to speak during the meeting at any given time, you can toggle that on and off as well. Some additional features that are quite useful during the meeting are buttons that include this one here that shows participants. So by clicking on that, you can see the list of active participants in the meeting, and as people join the meeting, this list will grow, and as people leave, it will shrink. So you can determine exactly who is participating in the meeting at any given point in time. And that can easily be turned on or off by simply clicking this button. The button right next to it will show conversation, and in this particular box you can type in a message if you don't want to speak over your microphone. You can send a message to those attending and they can see it here, and they can respond as well. And so it's very informational. If there's just a general piece of information that may not be pertinent to the exact topic that's being discussed audibly, you can type it in here and people can see it, or you can read what other people have said as well. Now, another button that's available to you as well is the share button. And if you have something to share during the meeting, you can gain access to share your screen so that others that are attending the meeting can see what you're sharing from your screen, provided the moderator grants you access to do that. So these are some of the tools that you can use while you're participating in a Microsoft Teams meeting. Once you've finished, you simply come over here to this red telephone button and you click it and you've left the call.